Falcon, and everybody watching. Thank you for the raid.
Absolutely, Somicron. I just took down Diablo 2 on the Hell difficulty on players 5, which just means that it's
Wow.
tuned for 5 players instead of 1. I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Did you beat it on 5 or did you beat it on 3?
I beat it on 3. The Bale fight was 3 because
And,
the
and,
reasons.
and was it actually on 1 for a majority of that fight as well? Or the fight just before that?
For the last half of it, yes. I wouldn't say
Okay.
a majority.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is that basically we were on players 5, ran into a big group of mobs that were immune to magic damage.
Mm-hmm.
The entire hammered in spec that I have only does magic damage. So it's like, huh. Well, that's why you have a mercenary, is because the mercenary will do other types of damage than you. So you run into the situation, maybe you can actually get through it. So the Merc was out there and he was trying, but he wasn't doing enough damage. And I was like, So I changed the player as 1, but that shouldn't affect the current group of mobs.
Mm.
But then I went back in there and he was doing fine. He was staying alive. He was doing big chunks of damage to these guys. And I'm like,
Sounds like it does.
okay. Yeah, maybe it did. I don't know. But I mean, everybody in chat who knows way more about the game than I do was very, very adamant that if the mob's already spawned, the player's command doesn't do anything to it. It's only for the next spawn. So
That
I don't know.
seems unlikely given what we witnessed. You know.
Well, yeah, but I was thinking too, I don't know what he was trying to attack the first few times. It wasn't going very well. If he was trying to attack like the big named mob by himself while getting hit by everybody else, I think that was maybe too much. But we managed to just kind of accidentally get to a position where he's only attacking the regular mobs, like 3 of them, and the big one's off screen somewhere, just kind of hanging out. So
Right.
I think maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know.
So if you reload the game now and put it back to play as 5 and go do that fight again, you reckon you could repeat the results?
If we got lucky with the positioning again, like
Okay.
if we got it to where big guy was over here hanging out, ignoring us, then maybe Zanari could deal with the other guys.
I don't know. From what I was watching, and not very intently, I'll admit that, was you couldn't hit a guy with your magic stuff because they're all immune to
Correct.
magic, and then that
Yep.
guy died, and then you changed it to 1, and then that guy ran in and stabbed everything 4 times and killed them all. I feel like changing it to 1 definitely had an impact.
Yeah, I can see why you feel that way. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But science, do science. Figure out if it actually does affect it. Realistically, you wouldn't even have to do it on that fight. You could do it to any fight. Just be like, how long does it take me to kill this guy by myself at level 1? Now change it to 5. Does it take more while it's still alive? Yeah.
Right. Right. True. Okay. Well, science. Maybe science one day.
Maybe science one day. I'm not
Maybe
doing that.
science one day.
Because I've already agreed to play Dawn of War.
Right. I mean, it's not that I couldn't pull up the game in my off hours and just try it for 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
I don't have to do it on stream.
I didn't say you had to do it on stream.
Yeah. Anywho, it was good.
Yeah. Good.
It was fun.
So you beat it 3 times in a row? Is that what I'm counting?
For normal
4.
paladin, nightmare paladin, hell paladin, normal necromancer.
Okay.
Yeah, full summon necromancer, which is a lot of fun because basically you just run in there and you go, 9 skeletons, get them. And they're like, rah.
From
You're
what
like a proud parent.
I like to play a lot of games as the summoner. That's always a lot of fun. From what I could tell, even what you were doing just now, you would run in and go here and summon like a flying hammer to hit things.
Yes.
It's basically the same class, as far as I can tell.
Well, the hammers are dumber than the skeletons are.
Sure, yeah.
Hammers just go in a set pattern, and like if there's a bad guy there, then they hit the bad guy.
Right, but like some kids are dumb. That's
True. Yeah, but what I like about the skeletons is, yeah, they just aggro in immediately on any bad guy near, and then they go. Rah. They chase stuff like stupid archers that I hate because you go up to them and you start doing the hammers, and they're like hammers, and they fall back because they're smart.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, ugh. And then I have to run up to them and go hammers again, and they're like hammers, and they fall back. I'm like, okay, this is stupid. But the skeletons would just be like run up and hit them in the face until they died,
Hmm.
and then they would have a hard time running back when they were getting smashed. So much easier to handle those guys, I think, with skeletons.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I've been playing
You
Borderlands 4, and I picked
you have
Vex, and she's a character who is a siren, so she has magic powers, is basically what that means, and she summons monsters. I'm playing the summoner in there, and I can summon
nice.
a dude with a scythe or a dude with a gun, and I'm like, what? The scythe seems like really inefficient. Just shoot them, you know?
Agreed. Scythe has like more kind of aura around it, right? More
Sure.
pizzazz,
Yeah.
as Grandpa would say.
There are definitely skills
Yeah.
to help both. So the guy with the scythe will at least tank damage, whereas if enemies just get shot, they kind of just tend to stand there and shoot you anyway. So
Right.
yeah,
That's true.
yeah, big fan
Can
of
you get
summoners.
more summons or is just the
Uh,
one?
I can have 3 out at a time.
Nice. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Is there a max in the game? Probably.
I know there was a skill that let you increase it by 1. Um,
Okay.
you can definitely find gear that boosts certain skills, so it is possible that I might find a piece of gear, a class mod to increase that. Like, if that skill is a 1 of 1, like it's capstone, right? You can find a piece of gear, a class item that goes, oh, we'll just give that +1, and then it can overlevel to 2. It doesn't. You don't have to take skill points out of it. It just goes, oh,
Hmm.
you're already at the cap. Just go higher.
Hmm.
So
Fancy.
you can
Yeah.
you get class mods for stuff that is like, oh, increase rate of fire by 6% or whatever that skill is. If that skill goes 5 times, that should be 30. But if it increases it another 3, it goes to 48 or whatever that is. It's useful.
That's a
I like
big
that.
increase. Yeah, that's super nice. That is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So I'm having fun with that.
The Penny Arcade talking about Borderlands. One
Mm.
character's like, I tried to get into it, but I bounced right off.
Mm.
And basically, the point is that like in 15 minutes, like I hadn't grabbed him, so he's just like, meh.
Mm.
So I don't know. Did you feel anything like it was hard to get into at all, or is just like right from the
Mm.
first, you're like, this is great?
Uh, I have to think about it, and if I have to think about it, it's
Yeah.
probably not because it grabbed me, right? But it's I was looking forward to playing a Borderlands game, right?
Mhm.
I knew what I was already gonna get, and like the story in this is way toned down. Like the writing is a lot less present than it was in Borderlands 3, which is a good thing because the story in Borderlands 3 is dog shit, right? The
Mm.
writing is awful. It's a lot of
Mm.
like, boy, I sure hope something doesn't happen, and then it happens, right? That's
He's right behind me, isn't he?
yeah, it's like that for
Yeah.
every joke for like 6 hours. Um,
Gross.
and it's a lot better in this. And so I
Okay.
came in going, okay, I can like ignore it, but they also still deliver the Borderlands experience where you get like 1,000 different guns, but they've changed just enough that it feels fresh. So instead of having to go to a fast travel point, you can travel to certain fast travel points from anywhere. Like you can just pull up your menu and do it. It's like a
Yeah,
town portal,
that's nice.
right?
Uh-huh.
You now give a double jump and a dash, and you can glide. So if you climb up somewhere really high and you want to go over there, you don't necessarily have to fast travel away. You can just glide for a bit.
Yeah, that's nice. I like gliding. I like double jumps. Double
Yeah.
jumps are fun.
So it's a lot of stuff that makes moving around the open-ish world way more enjoyable than it's ever been in any of the other Borderlands games. So it didn't need to grab me because it kind of already had me.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. That's good. Sounds
Yeah.
like a good experience right out of the box.
And then it crashed.
How far in? How much time?
So people were asking me this. I think in my first 5 hours, it crashed 3 times.
Ooh, not
which-
good.
Yep, and it still crashes occasionally. I have since then updated my graphics driver, and the game has been patched twice. So it crashes less, but it still crashes 99% of the time when it crashes. It's when the game's paused and I've gone to like do something like, oh, I gotta hang out some washing. Oh, I need to go to the bathroom. The game's paused and it crashes.
That's a weird time to crash.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Borderlands. Like,
So
yeah, it's not even like you're in a big boss fight. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's really demanding. It's like, nope, paused. Everything stopped.
yeah.
Now we're gonna have troubles.
Yep.
Hmm, lame.
Yeah. But just don't stop playing. That's the solution I've got so far.
Correct. You can
Yeah.
never pause.
Mm-hmm.
Play it straight. If you have to leave, exit the game all the way.
Yeah. It'll take you just as long to get back in. Actually, it'll be faster because you won't have to close the. Do you want to send an error report?
There you go.
Yeah.
There it is. There's the game hack.
Mm-hmm.
Just exit the game.
Yeah. It actually twice annoying. It goes, "Hey, we've noticed the game's crashed quite a few times. Would you like to reset all the settings to default? That
Oh,
might help."
wow. That's a troubleshooting step.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool, I guess.
Yeah. I didn't turn anything up. I turned everything down because I've only got a 3070 Ti, and they want to be like
Only.
Yeah, I know, only.
Yeah.
I had a GTX 1080 for like 5 years. This feels like a huge upgrade, even if it's only actually not that big. But hey, apparently it's not enough. I need a 590, 5090, and I need two of them apparently.
I hope not. I sincerely hope that the system requirements are not two 590s because that would be hilarious and terrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to upgrade soon. My computer won't upgrade to Windows 11, so when they stop putting security updates out for Windows 10 in like October,
I'm gonna call their bluff. I'm not doing it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, same. I'm looking at like upgrading, and I'm just like, I don't want to. I can't be bothered.
No. There are workarounds from what I've seen. If you don't have a TPM enabled motherboard, you can do like software kind of finagling to make it think you have a TPM enabled motherboard and then it will install anyway. But I don't know. I don't think I even want to do that, honestly.
No.
10 is great. 10 is rock solid for me. It's amazing.
I like
it's
10.
fast, it's responsive. I haven't had any trouble with it. Yeah.
10's great once you cut out all the bloatware and turn Cortana off and remove it from the hotbar and stuff, and
Yes, that's true.
get it to stop showing ads in the like start menu. You know.
Yeah.
There's
Still doing that?
I think I don't know. I disabled all.
Yeah. I think I have an ad. This is for Microsoft 365.
It might be that.
Copilot.
I mean, that's an ad.
I don't want Copilot. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I organized my Windows 10 to feel so much like Windows 7. It's great.
Yeah, exactly. 7 rock solid as well. No problems with 7. And then 8 was garbage. And then 10 was good. And then 11 is like, meh. Like, I don't know that 11 is much of a problem as 8 was, because 8 completely changed everything about how you used your operating system. They thought we wanted a mobile experience on desktop, and everybody was like, no, we don't.
No.
So that was stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, 11's not that. 11's like, here's Windows 10 differenter somehow. It's like, you're not selling me on this at all. Like, why do you want me to go here?
And they were like, okay, we'll call your bluff. We don't have to sell you on it. You'll have to move. Right.
Yeah. Yes. And that's what it means. If they're forcing you onto it, then they have no good way to compel their users to do it this way.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah. So yeah, calling their bluff. We'll see what happens. Anyway, speaking of troubleshooting, so my car insurance company, State Farm, they've got one of those things where like you put this beacon in your car and then we track your driving, and if you're a safe driver, we'll give you a discount, right?
Okay. Yep.
So on July 31st, that just stopped reporting for all 3 of my cars.
Oh.
Like, every one of them on the same day just stopped reporting trips to State Farm. And I've been spending 2 months talking with their support.
Yeah.
Being like, hey, I don't know what happened. And every time it's like, does the light turn on when you press the... Yes, the light turns on when you press the beacon. If you tried repairing to the... Yes, I've repaired to the app 37 times. It just will not report trips anymore. What's going on? So today, again, I chatted in, and I'm talking with a guy, and he goes, oh, we're having technical difficulties. Call back tomorrow. And I'm like, sure, okay, I guess. It's super dumb. And it can't be a technical problem because all three cars had the same problem.
Mm.
My oldest, he's got the app for the car that he drives. So it's not my app, it's not my phone
Mm.
because he's having the same problem with a different beacon and a different phone. So I don't get it. I don't have any answers. I don't think you have any answers. You're not supposed to have any answers. I'm venting and I'm very frustrated. So
Yeah.
Aki says no tracking her driving. Thank you very much. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
So State Farm is who you said you were with, yeah?
Yeah.
I swear in the back of my head that triggered a memory where I heard a story where State Farm they had a client who died in a car crash, right? And so their estate was like, "Hey, could you pay out your insurance?" Right? And
Yeah.
they were like, "You need to prove that the other person was underinsured or something for part of the policy, right?" There was
Okay.
something, and the way to do that is you have to sue the driver that caused the crash that killed your family member
Hmm.
because they won't just hand that over, right?
Okay.
So they sue them. And they go to court, and it turns out State Farm ran the numbers, and it was cheaper to defend the killer than it was to pay out the claim. So that's what they did. They State Farm lawyers backed the other person because it was cheaper.
Need a link for this. I feel like that's illegal. Like I understand it's probably cheaper, but like you can't take someone on as a client and then if the bean counters say it's a smart thing to do, fight them in court from the
Right.
perspective of another party. Like from you, yes, State Farm fighting a claim that is being made, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But from the perspective of another driver who's not even insured by State Farm is insane.
Mm. Uh, okay, I have a. I don't know if this is the story, but I will, because I just did a quick Google. Um, yeah. State Farm's attempt to deny a grieving family a payout after a fatal car crash will cost it 36 million. I don't think it worked, is what I'm learning with the story.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. That's
Yeah.
good.
It might. This might not be it. Uh, either way, trying not to pay out things. Great, just what you want as
Yeah.
well.
No, I mean that's a standard insurance thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you're
Yeah.
like, I'm insured with you. A tornado destroyed my house. I have tornado coverage. And you're like, but it doesn't apply on third Sundays if it's August. And you're like, what the hell?
Right.
And they try to fight you that way. Like I've heard stories like that. Yeah. But
Yeah.
the story you told is nuts.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
It's so hard to find State Farm backed other person in court case and find the right thing.
Yeah, that's not a good search. Anywho's, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. They keep sending me emails like, "Hey, we haven't got your trips. Like, we really need those." And I'm like, "I know. I'm trying so hard."
At what point do they just send you a new thingamabob?
Might as well. But again, it's three. It's three beacons. It's something on their end. It is something in the network. Something happened. Something got turned off or something is broken. It's gotta be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like what you sent me is just trying to lowball an insurance settlement. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That happens all the time. Insurance companies can be very, very, very evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will find this eventually.
Oh, okie doke.
The annoying thing is, I've probably sent an actual link to someone else when I had this conversation, but and I found it, and then I gave it to them, and so it is compelling to maybe try and dig through DMs on Discord and be like, just search for insurance company, and see if I can find it. But that also feels like work, and I'm not here to work.
No, good call.
No.
Ultra also doesn't want insurance trackers. How about you, Samacron? Do you want insurance trackers for a 30% discount on your insurance bill?
30%.
Pretty good.
No.
Okay.
Maybe. Here's the thing. You know that scene in Breaking Bad where they plant a tracker on Gustavo Fring's car? And he's just home, chicken shop, home, chicken shop. That's what it would be. Yeah, it's just home and work, home and work, home and work.
Yeah, they don't understand that.
What
What they care about is, are you keeping within, like, what is it, like 7 miles over the speed limit? Are you
Right.
taking turns too fast? Are you braking too hard? Are you accelerating too fast?
Right.
Yeah.
So hold on, is this thing just like a GPS tracker and it extrapolates all that data from how fast you move and like
Uh-huh.
how quickly you come to a stop?
I think it uses the accelerometer hardware in your phone for a lot of
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I like if it's this thing that like plugs into my bike, I don't know. I'd have to give it to the insurance so they could like lo- hardwire my bike with it. I'm not doing that.
No, just attach the beacon somewhere on your bike,
Hmm.
and then it talks to your phone, and then your phone does the rest.
Right. I don't
Yeah.
know. If I could do it without having to have an app on my phone.
Gotcha.
Yep, that might be it.
Then yes.
That might be
Okay.
it. That might be it.
Fair
Maybe
enough.
for
Fair enough.
34, 37%.
Yeah. That's your number. Yeah, like he says, you could have a second burner phone that's just for the State Farm app if you want.
I have considered getting a second burner phone just to sign in and out of work.
Hmm.
Um, because I often don't want to sit around for my lunch breaks and I don't want to go back to work just to sign off from my phone because it's geotagged to the building. So I'll
Right.
just like leave it in the bakery somewhere and be like, "Hey, at 11 the alarm's going to go off. Can you just like push the button for me?" Ask a coworker to do it.
Could probably set up some like remote access app to do where you could do that. That'd be
Maybe. And then
interesting.
I could just leave it locked into my locker with like a battery pack so it never dies. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
they're like, man, you're working so hard, Omicron. You're here 24 hours a day.
yeah.
We're not paying you for that.
No, they wouldn't. But you know.
Uh,
All
all
right.
right, good times.
Do we want to talk about the StarCraft patch that Shadow
Yeah.
dropped out of nowhere?
I mean, it's not a patch; it's a proposed patch.
Uh huh. Uh huh. That's true. That's true. It's on the PTR.
Yeah.
People can go play it.
Hmm.
Um.
Can I just say before we get too far into this,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
don't they usually have like rationale when
Yeah.
they do this? Don't
Yeah.
they usually like, we're doing this because here's what we're seeing,
Uh
or
huh.
we're doing this because we're concerned about this? They're never just like changes.
Yeah. So, um, Pig's on holiday at the moment. Like he's in, I think, England, right?
Mm-hmm.
I caught a little bit of his stream because he popped on to do a stream to talk about it because he didn't know it was coming. This
Yeah.
balance patch proposal is not from the Balance Council. It's from Blizzard.
Oh, oh, from the intern.
It's from
Hooray!
it's from the intern and whatever friends he has, who decided to chip in. Yeah.
Okay, so that explains a little bit more of
Yeah.
what is going on here.
So I think that's why there's no rationale behind anything.
Yeah, because there isn't any, because they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Okay.
Amazing. All right.
So first up is Zerg. Spire reduced cost from 200 to 150. Cheaper Spire. Do we care?
I mean, I guess it makes it somewhat more likely for people to go Mutalisk openings,
Yeah, I guess.
but not like a ton. Nobody's like, holy crap, I can get Mutas out 3 seconds faster now, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all I can think.
Yeah, it's like Muta's out slightly faster, or there's Protoss is going Skytoss. I can get one extra Corruptor out slightly faster. You know.
Correct. It's
Woo.
not, no kind of change here.
No kind of change. Centrifugal hooks now giving +5 HP bonus to banelings.
Just reversing a change that happened. They made Banelings worse, and now they're making better again. I don't see why. I don't know. I don't watch games and I'm like, man, Banelings are horrible. They sure could use that extra 5 hit points.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Again, I just don't think it's going to move the needle. I don't think it's going to affect anything, really.
It'll change the outcomes of some fights. Like Terrans who are sitting there target firing 8 banelings are going to take slightly longer to kill each baneling. one might connect on a slightly bigger clump. Who knows? Like it's possible
Sure.
it'll have an effect, but whether or not that'll change the course of the game because it was all riding on that Baneling connection, I very much doubt.
Agreed.
Microbial Shroud reduces ranged attacks. Oh, range attacks, not ranged. By 50% damage.
That's what it does.
Mm,
Like I'm on Wikipedia right now. It creates a shroud that obscures ground units, reducing damage taken from air units by 50%. Do they just mean all attack? No, it says so ranged attacks. So they mean ranged air and ranged ground now.
yeah, I
Okay.
assume so.
I
Yeah.
didn't I did not figure that out until now. That's actually interesting.
So siege tanks, marines, high templars.
Yeah. Well, yeah, High Templar basic attack.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
Storm count.
No, Storm's a spell. It doesn't count.
Yeah, Stalker attacks,
Yeah.
enemy roach attacks, enemy Hydra, enemy lurker attacks.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually huge. We're gonna see a lot more Microbial Shroud if this goes through.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, it's not Dark Swarm, but it's halfway there. And Dark Swarm is like the best spell in Brood War, maybe behind
Right.
Storm, but it's like so good.
It's better than Plague.
Better than Plague. Plague's also very good.
Better than
But like,
Radiate.
yeah, yes, Radiate also very good. But here's the thing: Dark Swarm. If you plant it on a Terran base, the base dies. Like the whole matchup is basically centered around the Terran not letting a Defiler get close enough to one of their bases to throw down a Dark Swarm.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I lost you there for a second.
Oh.
Okay, we're back. Because if they do, the base just falls over dead.
Okay. You can't like repair through it or anything?
It's not the Dark Swarm doesn't do any damage. It just prevents any ranged attacks from doing any damage inside of the Dark Swarm. So it's not just Dark Swarm. You got to show up with like a couple Zerglings and maybe an Ultralisk, but it's not like it's really not much
Okay.
of a commitment.
Fair enough.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. You watch ASL casts and like the number of times it's like this is a really close game. The Terrans, he's ahead, 20 supply. He's got most of the map. The Zerg's on the back foot. The Zerg snuck a Dark Swarm onto their fourth. It's dead. Oh no, it's over. Like so much of the game is based on that. So this isn't quite that, but I can see the strength of an attack where you show up with some lurkers and some hydras and some roaches and microbial shroud them, and the enemy marines marauders can't kill them.
Terran can't do anything because Terran has no melee units.
Right.
Nothing.
I mean, is defender mode, is liberator attack considered a spell or an attack? I think it's an attack.
It's an attack. Yeah.
So
You could EMP it. Wow. You could drop a nuke on it. I don't think nukes count as an attack.
yeah. And I mean, it's not as bad as Dark Swarm because 50% damage is still a ton of damage. But you're taking currently balanced situations and knocking the damage done by the Terran by 50%. Like, yeah, we're going to see the same thing. We're going to see Terran roll up to someone's front door with a bunch of lings, throw down a microbial shroud on some cannons, and the lings go in there and go, no, everything dies.
Yeah.
Where they wouldn't have been able to do that before because the cannons are too good against these lings, right? Holy crap. Yeah, that's going to be big if that goes through.
Yeah. Microbial Shroud also no longer persists for a few seconds after a unit has left it, so you can't like run your army through it and take a passive buff for a few seconds. It was nice, but I don't know that it was really impactful as it is now. So
No.
no.
Protoss. Energy overcharge grant has been reduced from 100 to 50 energy. Okay, straight up nerf.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like this. I would, warp in High Templars and just be like, here, have a storm. It's neat, but it feels very easy. Like, that's the problem with Protoss. Everything feels easy. It's like, and that makes it feel unfair from the other player, where it's like, oh, you just warp in a thing and push a button, and now you have storms. Cool. Or, oh, you just warp in a Oracle, and now it can go... A fully charged Oracle can kill a base, right?
Yep.
Just targeting it down by itself. It can kill the
Yeah,
building.
no. I just cast a Hero versus Solar game for Sunday where Hero recharges an Oracle like 4 separate times throughout the game, and it ends up with 43 kills.
Yeah.
Like, it is the most effective Oracle I've ever seen in my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
yeah, a ton of that's because of Overcharge. Right.
Uh,
Amazing.
Overcharge is energy. It's the cooldown's been reduced from 60 to 45 seconds, so you can do it more often. Which I I, I might be unique in this, in that I feel like if an ability uses energy, right, the time it takes to recharge that energy should be the cooldown to using it again.
Yeah.
So if the overcharge cost the Nexus more, I would consider that a greater cooldown or a lesser cooldown. So you reduce the cost of it if you wanted it to be faster. I like that better than being like, well, I have the energy for this spell, but I just can't cast it because it's on
Right, right,
cooldown.
right. Yeah, I see that.
So I mean, that's just me. I don't like the way this functions, but
Hmm.
yeah.
Making Mothership squishier, taking away 50 shields and 50 HP.
I mean, I feel like there's a meme in StarCraft chats, minus 400, because motherships die very quickly.
Yeah. Like,
What's the intent here?
I've never heard a single person be like, man, you see that Mothership win that game the other day?
I If you do, it's because they're recalling, like,
Yeah.
and they like snuck
Yes.
into the base and they've recalling the army to the mothership, and then the mothership dies.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It's the recall. It's never the Mothership stood in there and took a ton of damage and then the Protoss won.
Right.
Yeah. That's stupid. Now the one that everyone's excited about. Sonic Storm duration increased from 2.8 seconds to 8.58 seconds. That's like throw down a storm, go make a sandwich, come back, and it's still storming.
Yeah.
And Psionic Storm damage reduced from 10 to 5 damage per tick. So they increased the length of a Psi Storm by 4 times, and then half the damage per second. Why?
They want it to be a zoning tool, obviously.
I don't think it's even that.
You don't think that's
I think you know what a zoning tool is? A zoning tool that actually does damage to the thing. This does not do that much anymore.
Right. So, like, let's look at other zoning tools. The Liberator. It kills basically anything that steps in it in 2 or 3 shots.
Siege tanks. Tons of splash damage to anything that comes in range.
Yeah. So
Lurkers. Tons of damage to anything that comes in range. I don't think they know what a zoning tool is.
force fields. Wait.
Yeah. I mean, force fields. Yeah, mostly impregnable. Can't get through them, right?
Right, unless you have certain units. But
Yes.
actually, I did kind of have a think about this. Make the High Templar just a better sentry, right? Give it like a really big force field. If you want it to have a zoning tool, just give it a really big force field that can't be broken.
Yeah. Cause yeah.
Yeah.
Because if like I run into a base with some Zerglings
Mm-hmm.
and the Protoss throws a storm down right now, I'm like, out, run, peace.
Yeah.
I'm zoned.
Yep.
If they throw down a storm with this, I'm like, I'll just keep on going through to your mineral line. Like, don't worry about it. Those was an adorable attempt to stop me from coming into your base, but I really don't care about this.
Mm-hmm. So
Insane.
I have seen some clips where people throw down like 4 storms and flame mutas right through them just fine. And that has led to a discussion that maybe this is not implemented correctly at the moment, that it's just bugged, and that's why we're seeing it be so poorly effective or ineffective.
Like it's doing 1 damage per tick instead of 5.
Yeah, or it's not doing damaging every tick. You know, it's doing damage every 5th tick.
That's very possible. Okay, I sure hope so, because they really took Storm and nerfed it into the ground with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like this one. Blink attack delay reduced from 0.75 to 0.25. It was already too short.
So Dark
Holy
Templars
cow.
can just go ham. They like spin to win. They're just like, it's Dark Templars are now Bart going, I'm just gonna swing my arms, and if I hit you, that's your problem. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. So they blink in and then they immediately attack. I mean, it was pretty fast already, but my goodness. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I saw the Storm one and did not read the rest of Protos's changes, so this one's
Oh.
new to me. So
Okay.
Valence mode now reveals the Observer.
I was talking about this on the stream just a minute ago, my Diablo stream. People are asking.
Uh-huh.
I feel like on some of these, they've got a dartboard in the room with every unit and every ability on the dartboard, and they throw the dart blindfolded and go, observers, check. And then they throw surveillance mode. And like, how do we change surveillance mode?
Now,
Make it so they're not invisible anymore.
okay. Look, let's give this the benefit of the doubt, because they also increased the vision from 13.75 to 15. What if they made it 30? They just made it huge, so you can like fly something in, sit on like the Terran's natural, and then see their entire main as well for a brief
worth
moment
it.
until it dies. Right?
Totally worth.
It's just
totally worth.
Just a costly scan, delays your immortal production for like a minute while you rebuild another one. I'm okay with
Still
that.
cheaper to hallucinate a phoenix and send it in to scout, honestly.
Of course, especially when you just give it more energy to hallucinate more. Yeah. Sure, it's one of the changes of all time. Yeah.
It just feels entirely random to me. I cannot think of what prompted it or what it's trying to do. Either one of those things.
I don't know. I mean,
Okay.
what if you made it blink while it was in observer mode, where like every 5 seconds
Ooh.
it was visible for a second, and you have a chance to just be like, oh, there it is, and then you can go kill it.
Again, Rose can see the observer when it's invisible anyway, and they kill it all the time.
I know.
This is not a change for anything at the pro level. Because they're basically visible anyway. Yeah.
Maybe what this maybe what's that is like, I'm thinking of observers as scouting the enemy. What if the desired effect is actually in a fight? So the Protoss goes, okay, we're about to have a fight. I don't want to like F2 my thing. I'll just pop them up now, because Terran's probably scanning an engagement or has a Raven, something like that. They're gonna see it, so why not give it a little more observing for the Protoss in that fight? Is that the idea? It's like, okay, it's gonna be visible anyway, so we gotta give it the appearance of a debuff to like coincide with the increase in vision, right?
Right.
The appearance of fairness. What if that's the idea? Do we think 1.25 extra vision is helping spot that ghost? Will that Widow mine?
Not. Nope.
A lurker?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay. Cool. I'm just trying to explore it from all angles.
I know. I appreciate that, but I don't think so. So this for Terran, this is a change that feels like a lore change to me, but it says siege tank can no longer be abducted when in siege mode. As soon as I heard that, I was like, so it's like you're just saying when the siege tank is in siege mode, these big arms come out and go junk and like secure itself in the ground, and that a stupid flying lobster shouldn't be able to like stick its tongue out and yank it out of there, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay.
I like it. I mean, personally, I think Vipers look like waifs of a dragonfly. They shouldn't be able to lift a siege tank just because it weighs like 80 tons, you know?
Right. They shouldn't be able to like grab an entire capital ship of the Protoss fleet and yank it over either.
Right. Also true. So I, as a lore change, I like. As a gameplay change, I actually also really like. That's the Terran in me being like,
sure.
I like this. Just also let medevacs pick them up though. please?
No, we've done that. It was terrible. But what I usually see from Zerg responding to tanks is Blinding Cloud.
Yeah,
Like I see way more Blinding Cloud against tanks in Pros TVZ than I do of Ducks.
ducks. Yeah, probably.
Way more. Not all the time,
Not
but
all the time.
most of the time it's Blinding Cloud. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this just reinforces that it will be blinding cloud.
Certainly.
It makes it less punishing for Terran if they accidentally like have a tank slightly too far out, but still within range of all the others, or some like missile turrets or something. They can't just grab it.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. Viking is now slightly cheaper by 25. Do we care?
Sure. I've never heard a single Terran player at all complain that Vikings are too expensive.
Yeah, no, neither have I.
Like I'm watching a cast and they're like, okay, they got to go into Viking production. The enemy's making carriers. Oh, it's going to be a real drain on their resources to make these Vikings. Like, no, they're double pumping them out of 2 starports. It's fine. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it.
So the way it works, I'm just like having a look, having a think. It like every 5 they build, the 6th one's free. Great.
Sure, I guess. I don't see how this does anything for them, but okay.
Yeah, just looking for that deal. I'm a thrifty shopper.
Yeah, buffs are buffs.
Yeah. How do you feel about drilling claws? Effectiveness increased from 1.07 to 0.71.
I don't know what effectiveness means. I guess the speed with which it drills?
Yeah, it burrows and unburrows really zippy.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. Like, drilling claws already burrow super fast. I don't think making it faster is going to change that much, honestly.
You don't think there's like tons of times where a Widowmine is like running in from a Widowmine drop into like a Protoss mineral line and it just goes zip, but they pull all the workers away because it like sitting there being like getting into the ground, and then like
That's without drilling claws, though.
oh, is it?
If it's a Widowmine, if it's a Widowmine
that's a good
rush,
point. Yeah,
then yeah.
that's a good point.
If you're doing a drilling claws drop, like, good luck. But it's harder to get in there because there's so much more vision on the map and so much more anti-air by that point.
That's a good point. No, you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Well, clearly the most important change of the entire suggestion list here is Hyperflight rotors research speed time decreased to 79 seconds. I mean, just for a formatting prompt, Blizzard, tell us what it was, like you did with everything else, like what the change was, and two.
Also, could you call it the right thing? There is no hyperspeed anything in StarCraft.
Right. Hyperspeed rotors. I think I even said hyperflight because isn't that what it actually is? Yep. Okay, cool. So I totally just read what it was and not what it actually is written here. Cool.
Correct. It currently takes 100 seconds to research.
Okay. So it's a 21% buff, I guess, because it's slightly faster. Wow. This'll never matter.
Probably not.
Cool.
And there's some bug fixes involving Cyclone's mothership. Cyclones again. Yeah, nothing really big there.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. What's the point of having a balance council if you can just put out proposed balance changes without talking to them? Why do they exist?
Maybe they felt like the balance console wasn't doing what they intended. Like they felt like, oh, we want to like let the community self balance this and do what they want. And they're like, well, it's not really worked. People aren't exactly happy. We've had them doing it for a couple of years now.
I mean, true, but the answer was not have the StarCraft intern and 2 of their best friends come up with ideas.
Right. Yeah.
That was not it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you.
It's just all over the place. I don't know what they're trying to do. And I think maybe the reason there isn't any rationale is because there isn't any rationale.
No. Right. Maybe the dartboard analogy is actually just how they did it. They just threw a dartboard and then threw like ability or stat, you know. Yeah.
Yep. I think that's it. So, I don't know. So I guess we'll see. We'll see how things go.
Yeah. Cool. Tune in.
Okay, good job, StarCraft 2.
Tune in next year when this goes through. Ugh.
With this rate, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Warhammer?
Warhammer.
Cool. Oh, actually, before we get to Warhammer, I did have a little thing that I wanted to talk about, which is how much I'm enjoying watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitively from afar. Not the actual games. Couldn't give a shit about the games. The games are terrible, right?
Okay.
It looks like an unplayable game. I don't know anyone puts up with it. But I love hearing like tiny bits of drama about the scene or like news and
Okay.
stuff. So,
Yeah.
for instance, if you go to a competitive event, right, tabletop games, a convention, there might be rules and guidelines about, hey, you need to shower or wear deodorant,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Totally.
Not Woolworths. Yu-Gi-Oh had to codify you cannot use your hygiene as a weapon in game.
Wow.
Because they have a card where you offer a handshake to your opponent, and if they refuse, you win the game. So if
Sounds
you
like Yu-Gi-Oh.
so
Yeah.
if you just have a dirty hand and they go, "I'm not touching that," you win.
Just like smeared poop all over your hand.
Right? Yeah.
Hmm.
So I'm really enjoying it from that aspect. In which today I learnt, uh, like a lot of turn-based stuff, Hearthstone, chess. The player who goes first has a slight advantage.
Hmm.
Um, would you like to guess what the win rate for players who go first in competitively at the top level who are using the best deck? And also, I learned that there's really only one deck to choose from.
Fun.
There's kind of a second one that you could do, but competitively, everyone plays this one specific kind of deck. Would you like to
Okay.
guess, when going first, what your win rate is for this game?
83%.
Yeah, 85. 85%.
Ooh, that's really stupid. Wow.
It's so yeah, that's why I'm having fun learning that and not participating in.
I mean, that's why Hearthstone has the coin, because going second sucks,
Hmm.
but the coin tries to help you actually not lose by going second.
Sure, yeah. Uh,
And Yu-Gi-Oh's like, good luck, second place, second goers. You guys suck.
so
Sucks to suck.
in the video that I got recommended to me this morning, the guy talking about that did mention Hearthstone, and in 2016, Hearthstone made a big deal about like changing some stuff in because they looked at their competitive results and first turn advantage was netting a 55% win rate. And Hearthstone made a big deal about it and did some
That's
stuff. And
hilarious. And Yu-Gi-Oh is like 85%. It's fine. No
yeah,
reason to change anything.
right.
Yeah.
So I've been enjoying that. That's all I wanted
How
to
did
say.
you how did you get into this? How did you find out? I didn't even know. I don't think I knew there was that level of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Well, okay, so I started collecting cards again because
Yeah.
I just want to go back to being a child. So I'm picking up childhood
Mm-hmm.
hobbies.
I get it.
Um, and then because it just ends up in like the YouTube short feed. They're like, oh, here's someone doing a pack opening, and then here's someone doing like a draft where they open packs and they have to build a deck from those cards.
Mhm.
And then there was just like, oh, hey, here's a drama video, I guess, where someone said like, for Yu-Gi-Oh, it's called Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel, and that's the game on Steam that is their like competitive flagship product, where it's like, hey, you go here and you just play competitive, right? And someone was basically making a drama video about how that game sucks because it's 4 years old, and they don't have drafts, they don't have all this other like really nice features that stuff that's in like Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering Arena, right?
Yeah.
And that you have to pay them money if you want to favorite cards, so that when you're searching for cards to build in a deck, you can go to your favorites. Like you have a limited number of favorite slots, and you have to pay them for more money. It sucks. And so this guy was doing a response to that, where he was like, okay, first let's talk about who this product's for, and we'll do that by looking at the meta, and then all the other who it might be for and who it's not for, and that's okay. So that's how I found this.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, it sounds terrible. I don't know why anybody plays it, actually.
Nope, no idea.
All
Yeah.
right, noted.
Yep.
And then my kids are like, I want to play Yu-Gi-Oh. I'll be like, no, it's terrible.
I mean, tell them you'll support it, but only if they play like classic Yu-Gi-Oh from like 2005. Then it's fine. Then it's actually a fun game.
Okay,
Then it's
deal. We
not
can do
a
that.
30-minute unskippable Malice cutscene. Malice being the name of the kind of deck that always wins.
Hmm.
Where you lose in 2 turns. Right? Like games are that quick as well. Well, I say quick again. When you play a card and that lets you search your entire deck for another card, and then that card lets you discard cards from your deck, and then you can play another card to summon them from your graveyard. Like that's how deck building
Fun.
works. Yeah, no, it sucks. It sucks so much shit to even like think about. Is like, what happened to I attack your life points, or you've activated
Yeah.
my trap card? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed.
Or there are no bad decks in my or bad cards in my
Yeah,
grandfather's deck.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. What about that?
So you've just reminded me that there is I don't know how old this video was. I think I looked at the comments, and the most recent one or the top one was like a year ago, so it might be quite old. But in some of the more local tournaments, there was a guy who was like 60 who won a tournament with an Exodia deck, right? Like, he took advantage of all the new cards let you like search for specific stuff, but apparently he did assemble Exodia and was using it to win competitively.
Dude, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard. That person should like win forever. Just be like the patron saint of Yu-Gi-Oh. They actually played Exodia in real life.
Yeah. I'd be down to watch that guy play. Okay, now Warhammer. Sorry for the Warhammer
Now
interruption.
Warhammer. No, you're good. Now Warhammer. Gods of Mars.
Oh, Mars by Graham McNeill.
Graham McNeill.
Yes. What did you think? Do you want to start us off?
Yeah, I want to say I was having a pretty good time with it until at the end of the book, Graham McNeill is like, "Oh, you thought you defeated all the bad guys in this book? You didn't. They're still around." And I was like, "Fuck you, Graham. I went through a lot of emotional catharsis about this. Don't you tell me that they're coming back later. That's stupid." And that was my thought.
That's fair. That's really fair. Apparently in the book there's like some binary code at the back of the book. Like the final book has some like maybe some binary in it. Was that in the Kindle version? Did you get any of that with the omnibus? On like the final pages. Like it might be like, I don't know, with the credits or something. It might just be a physical book thing. Cuz it certainly wasn't in the audiobook.
So the last thing in my book is a story about these.
You got the short story. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have that. 0 Day Exploit. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently I found this on Reddit. There is some binary that you can translate that says that is Graham McNeill being like, "Hey, I've got a 4th book in mind for this trilogy. It's called The Master of Mars."
Yeah, you think you have a 4th book in mind for this trilogy, Graham? We know. We read the book, 3rd book.
Right. So Gods of Mars, this book came out 12 years ago.
He had some plans. They're not going very well.
As far as I'm aware, there are no plans to have this long-awaited 4th book.
Yeah, I'm so annoyed. I'd be annoyed if it came out last year, and there's a good chance we get more Tilloch. Like,
Yeah.
dude, just don't kill him and then be like, actually, you know what? Hey, he's still here, and he's still dangerous. It's like, all right. Yeah, that moment. I was like, oh, no.
Yeah. I'd forgotten all about that. I'd forgotten the 6 loose narrative threads at the end of this book that Graham's just like, and the Tindalosi survived, right?
Yes. I'm like, what? But, okay, I guess. They weren't that interesting, but all right.
No. And then, not Ethan Hawke. I don't remember the guy's name. Hawke, he won. No, Hawkins was the guard commander. I'm talking about the bondsman Hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I want Abraham's eyes installed.
His inherited eyes from his dad.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, what's he doing with that? Also, he's making crack for tech priests. I didn't know
Yeah,
tech priests had crack. That's cool.
it's Warhammer. You can do whatever you want. We know how this is.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want, but I'd like someone to
You
do
know
it
the
for me.
rules.
I'd like someone to do it for me. That's what a novel is. Have the imagination for me and give the story to me.
Yeah, that's what he did. What are you complaining about?
I want the next book. I want to see if this
Oh, you want to see the effects of the space crack. You want to see Telok come back. You want to see the stupid robot dog murder some more people.
I could do without the robot dog.
Okay. Yeah, and that reminds me too. So much of the fighting in this book is fighting against crystalline warriors.
Yep.
There is nothing interesting about fighting those to me. Nothing. Not a single thing is interesting.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because they're
I
all...
read those fight scenes, but I was like,
So,
okay, and then
So-
wow, they chopped the head off of one, and that killed it for some reason. Yeah.
because they're mooks. They're literal
Yeah.
rocks. There's no personality to any of them.
Yeah, they're just Skitari. They're fighting Skitari every time. And Skitari have more personality than these things do.
These are old Skitari where they're kind of just like people, but they're like tech people, right? They're like lesser kinds of priests. In when we read like Echoes of Eternity in the End of the Horus Heresy, they're like, I'm a vat-grown person whose eyelids have been removed because blinking is inefficient. That is way more grimdark and scary. This is like, I'm like the god, but for the Mechanicus, you know?
Yeah.
So
there's just no personality to any of them. They don't want anything other than to kill everything. Like, we've got personality from orcs and from Necrons and Chaos. Space Marines have personality, and Imperial Guardsmen have personality. Like, everything in this world has personality, but these freaking rock things,
Right.
these crystal monsters, are just mindless fighting robots.
yeah. And
It's just not fun.
right, like Graham's like, okay, Telok's been alone for 4,000 years on this planet. Does he have a human population? No. So I've got to give him some kind of army to fight. But
Yeah.
also, he had a starship. He presumably came out here with a fleet. You've done horrific things with the human body before, Graham. We read Dead Sky Black Sun. Just make Telok have like a baby farm and then have us fight actual Skitari. Like dark Skitari.
Just it'd be more interesting.
It would be more interesting.
Yeah, and it's just tough because he does a good job developing all the other characters in the book. We've got Guardsmen, we have Cadians, we have the Black Templar fighting these things. And I'm like, I feel for these dudes. I feel for them. Their friends are dying. This is hard for them. But it's like a training exercise. It's just like they're in the training room and there are these fighting robots and they're really hard to defeat fighting robots, but that's what they are.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
narratively, all of the fights make sense. They feel like there's stakes, and it's great. It's just when they come to the actual meat and potatoes of like, and then he swung his sword and cut off his crystalline head. I'm like, I don't care.
Feel nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bad choice.
And then, you know, but it's so great when it's like, oh, and the Mechanicus are fucking up their tanks. We need tanks here. And Don's like, oh, but what do you mean human intuition says get to the training decks? You know, all of the drama and stuff around the fights that give it tension work, but in service to fighting rocks. Rocks.
Yes. Rocks. They're not even sentient rocks.
No,
They're just rocks.
They're just rocks.
Yeah. Not a fan.
Not a fan. Plot twist, Galatea is evil. Like, that is played as like a twist. What?
I mean, is it? Everybody's like, yeah, we know Galatea. They're like, we should have seen some specifics about this betrayal, but like we knew.
I, I don't know. I just feel like it's played like a twist where Galatea, even though like the final moment is like, oh, the sky's clearing. That means I can go down and kill Talok. I'm gonna go kill
Yeah.
Talok. And then he gets down there and Kotov's like, Talok's right there. Kill him. Do the thing. You're an abomination, but at least be useful for 5 minutes. And he's like, plot twist. I will be by his side. You know?
And yeah, obviously. Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I appreciated Telok as a villain. I appreciated his vision for what he wanted and why he wanted it. Like, that was interesting, at least.
yeah.
He's got some delusions of grandeur, but he's not just like, I want to be king because I should be king.
Right.
Like, he actually has reasons for it, which was nice.
Yeah. I feel...
It's just a great moment where he's like, I'm planning on going back to the Sol system and kind of destroying everything and killing the Emperor and destroying the Imperium and starting over. And the Black Templar are like, holy shit!
Did he just,
Like,
did he
no
just
one's
say
been
that?
explicit about their plans to kill the Emperor before. It was so good. The poor guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. Telok, not bad.
Not bad. Yeah, I liked the general pacing of the book where it's like, okay, we're gonna spend maybe an hour and a half. I can't imagine it was very long before they were like, Telok reveals that he was evil too, you know, and they get straight into like the scary dog chase across the Forge world and everything else. It doesn't, like, we're 3 books into finding Telok, and like the cliffhanger at the end of the last book is we found Telok, and now it's like go. It finally feels like it's go time, and it does manage to do that. I really like that.
Yes. I mean, there's a lot of plates that he's spinning. There are a lot of characters, a lot of settings, a lot of plot lines that he's playing with. And yeah, he does a good job with the pacing and switching between them and trying to make everything feel like it's happening at the same time and related to each other in some way. So yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I like that Telok too. Like, he recognizes his pride. Right? He's like, I should have just killed them when they showed up. I should have killed Kotov and everybody else. But like, I needed them to know that I'm really smart and capable and that I can do this thing.
Right.
And that I should be in charge of everything.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to do that. That served me no purpose.
Right.
But I did it because my pride made me do it. And he's like, that's a weakness. And I was like, okay, I get it. That's cool.
Yeah. He could have written that as like, no, deep down Telok thought if he just explained everything, they would see it his way. And he's like, no, I'm going to...
No, I knew.
This is the Emperor Palpatine if he was a mechanical being, you know? It's like, no, I'm evil. Yeah. I just wanted them to know. I just wanted to see him suffer. It's fine.
Yeah, it's good. And I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a relatable villain motivation. It's kind of like, I have the ability to rebirth galaxies, solar systems, right? And I feel like the current Mechanicus leadership is like stuck scrabbling in the rocks, and they don't know what they're discovering when they discover anything, and they don't use it right. And they hide tech that they should be using for the advancement of everything. And I've accepted all of this stuff, and look what I've done with it. And this could have been the Mechanicus if they'd had a different mindset. So we're going home and we're wiping it clean, and we're starting over with my vision now.
Right.
Totally get it. Yeah.
And I will say, if all of that stuff at the end, the plot hooks for a 4th book that have yet to manifest, weren't there, you could much more easily just say, oh, Telok just went mad, right? Like, he had been alone for 4,000 years after everyone outlived their usefulness or their natural lives, whichever came first. And he was just crazy. He was like, I'm going to go back to Mars, which I haven't seen in 4,000 years. Who knows how they're doing it? And just do over. But instead you get a character who went out here looking for the breath of the gods with the intention to come back, and it just took a bit longer, right?
Yeah,
because
it just took him long because he finds it, and
hmm
it just takes him forever to figure out how it works and perfect it.
hmm
And yeah.
and to have a ship to come and get him, right?
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
but without all those hooks, he's just crazy. He's just a crazy dude who went crazy who thinks he could kill the emperor.
Yeah, which is a pretty solid Warhammer thing to do. There have been villains who are just that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay, but
Yeah,
it's better, I think, this way.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I kind of expected the Speranza to have a bigger part of this book.
Mm. After they like do the deep dive, and it's like, please use a chrono weapon to save us from the Eldar, and it's like, but why should I? I'll be fine if you all die. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
and this book, it's
And
like,
then
mm,
in this book, he's not there.
yeah,
The Speranza is not a character.
right. At
Like Tilok is actively trying to take it over, and part of me was like, I'd like the Speranza to do something about this, but part of me is like, I understand the Speranza does not give a shit who's actually on the
mm-hmm,
Speranza.
mm-hmm,
Like,
right,
he's his own thing. Whoever's walking around on his decks does not matter.
right.
So
Well,
like, he wouldn't care. But at the
but
same time, I kind of wanted him to care.
but the ship did rearrange the training hall to suit the guardsmen there.
The Speranza's like, boy, this sure sucks. I don't want Telok to take me over. How can I possibly stop that from happening? I'll rearrange the training deck so the Cadians will have an easier time fighting the crystal monsters. That'll do it.
Should I rearrange the holds where all their tanks are being held so they can deploy really fast? No.
Nah.
Oh, I know what I'll do. They're searching for a way to get down to Exnalio. I'll manifest inside a magic Ouija board to tell them which coordinates to search.
He's not a character. And like, yeah, the book's very clear. Like, he did a couple things, but like, really, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's very weird. It's very weird.
Right. I think maybe again this book was written potentially with a fourth one in mind, right?
Yeah.
They do note that at the end, there's a whole bunch of crazy weaponry that maybe they didn't know how to access got fired at the remains of Exnalio to like, and some of them
Right.
even removed that region of space. I'm like, what does that mean? What does it mean to remove a portion of space? You know?
It's the same thing as firing a black hole at an enemy ship. Same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
maybe the next book will have answers for that, but again, it's been 12 years.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess I just wanted a conversation. I just wanted, because Koto gets to the bridge, right?
mm-hmm.
And he's desperately trying to plug into, the console
Right.
at the bridge.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so that he could talk to Speranza and be like, look, man, let's have another conversation. Help us get rid of this Telok guy.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that's not it at all. He just has a space magic fight with Telok where information is power, and it was,
Yeah, it was whatever it
fine.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he maybe absorbs the power of what it means to be machine touched or machine blessed.
Right.
If is that a
It turns into a sword.
yeah, the Emperor's sword.
Yeah.
Is it faith or is it psychic bolt? Actually, what I will say, this is a series we've read where like the threat of chaos isn't really a thing. It's like we need to do big, we need to do dark, we need to do evil, but not chaos. Like Telok isn't a mad, crazy tech scientist because chaos gave him a bunch of powers. He's
Right.
just a mad tech scientist.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like that. It's a bit rarer.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Good way to do it. Good way to have a lot of the hallmarks of a big chaos story without doing any chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah. A lot of sacrifice in this book. Yeah,
You just reminded me that he does win with the power of friendship. It's like, oh, yes, Kotov. No, yes, Telok, but I have allies. You know?
Yeah.
Allies you hate who you wanted to kill because they wanted to eat slightly better, you know?
Well, just the one.
Just the one, right?
The other one he was okay with. Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to know what the old man who's mourning his daughter is going to do with an arcoflagellant. Because
Yeah.
it bonds to him, of all people, for
I mean,
reasons.
not a bad choice.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Um,
Like he's probably not going to turn it into his own one-man army and start murdering people all the time, right?
sure, but that's what the thing
He's an
wants.
astronomer.
Right, but
Yeah.
that's what the thing wants.
I know, but it's got its own stasis helmet. Like, you put it to sleep and you're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, for like sensibility reasons, it's a great choice.
Mm.
But the arcoflagellant picked him, and the arcoflagellant wants to kill.
Or in Abraham's last moments, the flagellant was like, "Hey, man, you're checking out. Who do you want to have me?"
Right. Or
Abraham was like, "This guy probably won't use you for evil."
or maybe it was the Emperor, the Omnissiah, guiding him to the most sane person in the room. Right.
I mean, maybe it worked once for Abraham.
Sure.
Yeah. But anyway, sacrifice. Like
Sacrifice.
most of the Templar die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they get the.
What's her face? Ileana dies. A bunch of Cadians die, including a couple commanders die.
Yeah.
Abraham dies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Black Templars have a moment where they like throw their sword to each other and like, you become the Emperor's champion. No, you become the Emperor's champion. No, you with the stutter magically fixed become the Emperor's champion. I hate that. I hate the Black Templars in this book so much. They're so annoying.
They're not great.
They're, yeah, they suck.
But they buy enough time for
a train?
And
I don't remember what they buy time. They buy time for something.
Yeah.
You've got cable issues, don't you?
They buy time for, well, a couple. I do for a couple things. The big one was for the Aldari Psyker.
Oh, yeah.
To like contain the breath of the wild so it doesn't take out the Speranza as they're trying to flee.
Right, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was trying to like fix all the skeins of third because Harudder in this is apparently using the Harud as a chrono counterweight for all the damage that the Breath of the Gods has been like doing when it like reverts time to a null point or something. So she's like, I can hold the planet together for a minute. You guys go. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But she's fine at the end. Or no, not really. She's fine enough to have a conversation where she like is like, "Hey, Rabute, come on another vision with me and fly through the skein."
Yeah.
That's where you put the Peter Pan reference, Greg.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she goes off to some Aldari afterlife, whatever that is all about.
She gets eaten by Slaanesh.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. If I'm being real.
Yes. I mean, Rabute as this random dude, not a random dude. I mean, he's a rogue trader.
Yeah.
But for him to have like this almost unique insight into Aldari culture because of the first experience where he got rescued by the Aldari, and then this whole story, there's so much of him just like hanging out with the Aldari and seeing things that no human's ever seen before, you know?
Right.
Like his whole thing of being this, just maybe the human who knows most about the Aldari culture in the entire Imperium is interesting.
I'm going to bet that there are Inquisitors who might know more, like Gideon Ravener, the guy in the Force chair. He supposedly lived with them for a very long time and made friends with them, and they didn't like drop him off at a random planet and be like, "Have some money, see ya."
Good luck. Yeah.
But I think what we're supposed to take away is when the Eldari Farseer is like, "Oh, why didn't anyone else foresee this? Oh, someone did, because I'm here," right? Like, they put me here to do the thing. I think what we're supposed to take away is the other Eldari foresaw that Rabute is part of this event, and like they needed to keep him alive and to teach him certain things, and to like give him a head start to build a rogue trading career, and that he is there as an Eldari plant. Like
He's there so they can stop the Breath of the Wild from destroying everything.
Yes, they should definitely stop Nintendo's Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. Breath of the Gods from destroying everything.
Yes, there we go. Yeah, which fine. Yeah, I like seeing the Eldari manipulate stuff and being like, oh, I guess that's kind of what they did. 3 books in is neat.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be nicer if there was like a 4th book where maybe he explores that and comes to terms that his entire life has been an Eldari plot to like do a thing.
Yeah, I think so. Totally. Like the whole concept of fate and something you're destined to do. I mean, that's always something that's interesting for human characters to explore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what does that mean? Do I have free will? Does anyone have free will?
Right.
Yeah. It's a mess. I do like, too, that the Farseer's story basically went from she's just trying to preserve a future where she has children to like, oh, right, we were supposed to save the whole galaxy. That's what this was for, actually.
Right.
It was quite a flip for her to have to deal with. Yeah.
On the topic of sacrifice, one of the Renard's crew goes to like enact revenge for the death of Linya. So they go to the bridge, and this character is apparently madly in love with Linya. I think they had 2 scenes together.
He's like 20, man. Like yes, that's how that works when you're young and dumb.
Right. Sure. I thought it was a bit like he felt like Rabute's stand-in, because Rabute was also like, hey, do you want to... Except he's not there. Like, Graham already read him in another place, and that book was published, so they couldn't change it. It was like, oh, I guess I'll just change the names. A little bit, but not quite.
Yeah, it did feel like that. Yeah.
I do love the scene before that where it's like he's drawing this like immaculate ornate pistol that his father got for great service or something, and it's like, you know how to use that? And he's like, yeah, I've kept it maintained at peak I don't know, optimization peak form for like 12 years now. It's great. Have you ever fired it? No. That made me laugh. I really enjoyed that moment.
That was good.
And then everything that happened after it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
I did find it interesting that they introduced this concept of the hexamathic.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Whatever thing that Mars is all about.
Yeah, hexadecimals or whatever. And they're like, everyone switched over to this new kind of binary because it's so much more informational dense. And then Telok's like, I don't know how to speak to tech priests anymore.
Yeah, and Galatea has no idea what to do with it.
Yeah.
And like, I like that because it's all none of the Adeptus Mechanicus that have been trapped, their brains have been put into Galatea, had any way of escaping. So Ilia gets put in there, and you're like, well, how's she gonna do it? Like, good old fashioned gumption. She's gonna try really hard, and I'll learn this. But then, yeah, like she has access to this technology that Galatea does not understand, doesn't know how it works, cannot counter it, and that's how she's able to get around.
Yeah.
Get around in there and like screw them up. I thought that was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
Does this exist anywhere else in Warhammer? This concept, or did Graham invent this for this?
It probably exists somewhere else, but they're referencing this book. That's all. Right? They're just like, whether or not they use binary binaric or hexadecimal chant, it's in most other books that I've read, it's just like Lingo Technus for Mechanicus people. It's not a specific. It's not really a thing. It's like saying they connected to the newest sphere. It's just Wi-Fi, you know.
Just how they talk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I do feel bad for Abraham though.
Yeah.
Because like his story is basically his life sucks.
Mm-hmm.
He gets picked up by the Adeptus Mechanicus, and now his life sucks even more.
Uh-huh.
And then it's turned out he's machine touched, and
Mm-hmm.
things get weird,
Mm-hmm.
and then he dies.
Yeah. And
That's his journey in these books.
pretty much he doesn't get any resolution. He dies before he can see like the fruits of his labor.
Yeah.
Um is the
I'm just
serv
saying, it's tough.
is Ishmael still around at the end? Did he survive? Is like this
Yeah.
because I feel like a lot of his power was actually like a synergy between the two, you know?
Could be.
Yeah.
Because Ishmael actually allows dear old dad to go see his daughter before she dies in
Right.
the Galatean code base or wherever she is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he does that. But again, does he need Abraham to help?
I don't know. But
I don't know.
yeah. I do like that even the old man, the astronomer, is like, he wasn't even repulsed at Ishmael anymore. Even though what he was, like, really frightened him for the concept of what might be happening with all servitors. You know? Like, oh, yeah, remember when that was a plot point? That servitors might be alive? You know, and conscious and sentient still?
Yeah. They don't talk about that in this book, did they?
No, not a whole lot.
Not at all.
There wasn't even a moment
So,
where they're like, hey, servitors, rise up and defend the ship. You know?
yeah. Yeah. That would have been interesting. Didn't get that.
Nope.
Well, and so biblically, Abraham and Ishmael, right? Ishmael is Abraham's son. It's
Mm-hmm.
his firstborn son in the Old Testament. So is that like Ishmael is the first one that Abraham
He
was able to
awaken.
awaken?
Yeah. I don't know. Here's the thing: the idea that he is Ishmael seems loose. He is absolutely nothing like the overseer that he was back on their home
Right.
planet. Like he is very much just like a mechanicus dude who's knowledgeable but has been lobotomized once.
Right.
But he got better. You know.
In a lot of ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, we talked about this last time. This book is introducing a ton of interesting concepts that are not going to be touched again.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Welcome to Warhammer, I guess. Happens a lot.
Welcome to Warhammer.
Mm-hmm. Tyranid queens can be defeated if you have a specific type of Tyranid that's old enough.
Right. And
You can synthesize a poison for her.
yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway.
that's the book.
Hmm.
I had fun. Did you have fun? Thumbs up.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
There was a little more this time of like, I got like another hour left in this book. I got to get to
No.
it before Monday.
Yep.
A little bit more, but it's fine.
Fine.
Hmm?
I feel like the plot thread you could easily use to exercise to save a little time in this book is the princeps from the Titans who's like, I want to trade with the Guardsmen because I got to get into shape. Because
Yeah.
they give exactly 0 scenes of him actually training with the Guardsmen.
Right.
So if Graham wanted to have it in there, even though it entirely culminates in like a scene where he goes and demands to be reinstated into his job, and then at the end of the book, one of the guardsmen are like, he can pay for his own drinks because he's got money. That's it.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to like have this, move the scene where he wants to join into the last book. That way, the gap for us feels more believable that you can say, oh, it happened between books, rather than
Right.
he demands a thing by like storming a Acadian bar and then does nothing. Like they never show it, you know?
Right. I mean, I'm going to be a little more radical with this. Get rid of the Princeps storylines altogether. What the hell do they have to do with the story?
So when they go to the Tomioka on the first thing, they need a big thing to ride in on that won't get
They
shut.
do not.
They do.
They certainly do not.
Because the ship's stuck in the ice, and how are they going to get up? They need to ride in on a Titan.
There are 1,000 different things you could do. No. I'm not saying you shouldn't have the Titan crews here. Have the
Oh,
Titans here. Have the
oh,
Warhounds here.
just don't give
I
their
don't need the
perspective.
people. I do
Right? No.
not need the people involved in the Warhounds or the Titans.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's
Okay.
fair. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't need
It's
some
like,
guy telling me no, but I'm Skinwalker.
yeah.
Cool.
Or
So
like,
is
I
like
want I
now.
want to be the pack leader. And I'm like, I don't care who the pack leader is of your stupid Warhound group.
Right.
Yeah.
I do laugh that guy's like, who you want piloting your Titan? The guy who just barely passed, or the guy who rewrote the book on commanding Titans? And it's like, you didn't rewrite the book. You're not even pack leader, dude. Like, and a guy and we're literally, to be specific and clear, what we're talking about is the test to see if you are genetically compatible to pilot a Titan. Passing is a passing grade. It's competent, non-competent, right? That
Yeah, but they told the whole story of like, hey, we think you can be a Titan pilot. Climb this mountain by yourself. It's going to take you about 3 days. Like,
yeah.
there's more to it than genetic capability.
Yeah, but what, like, that guy was already in the job, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had already done that bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then this guy was like, "Oh, but he only just barely passed." I don't.
Maybe there were some other tests for hand-eye coordination, for cognitive response time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like other stuff that's important for piloting a mech.
Sure, I
And
get
he was
that.
like okay at it.
But here's the like, I get it because he wasn't their first choice. They literally say he was next in rotation. Like they have a
Yeah.
roster that it's like, oh, you get to pilot it on Tuesdays, but they have a guy who can do the job. They don't need this guy. This book doesn't need this guy. Why do they need this guy? Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We don't need any of this. I think it's interesting stuff, but I think a book for them alone, for all their relationships and for all their history and
Right.
for this particular group would be interesting to read.
Do a little short story side narrative where it's like the events
Yeah.
of this story, but from their perspectives and like all
Yeah.
the pack dynamics and how it changes. That would be cool.
Mhm.
I think, yeah, I would like to see that.
Yeah, but it was just unnecessary in this book. I don't know how it relates to anything else that happened.
Because all of the princeps, except for that one guy who's like, I would have trained with the Cadians, they don't interact
Yeah.
with anyone else in the story. Like, they don't talk to other people, other characters. They don't do it.
They're insanely insular. Yeah.
And most of them are like people in tanks. So I kind of get them for not being like, let's go onto the ship. But
Yeah.
when you why give yourself that character to start with? You know, you didn't need to. But
Yeah. I think Graham had a grand vision for this book, right? I want to bring together Adeptus Astartes, Adeptus Mechanicus, Titan crews,
Guardsman,
regular guardsmen. I want to bring Cadians into this. I want to bring like the lowest of the low bonded to the Mechanicus guys at the bottom of the ship. I want them involved. I want servitors involved. I want all this stuff to be all in this book. It's a big cross section of the entire society of the Imperium, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, well, I'm giving personalities and stories to all these other groups. I might as well do it for the Titan.
Right.
Well, he just didn't need to.
Right.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Or if he was going to have it relate somehow
Right.
to other stuff that's going on, because it just never does.
Right. Have Telok or Galatea take control of a Titan. Like,
Sure, it'd be
like,
interesting.
the first book, like a Titan does something really interesting where its gun misfires, or like they have a warp dream and whatever, and they fire, and it nearly guts the ship. Like,
Right.
that was cool. Hey, Galatea, who showed up after that event, do you maybe want to make sure they don't have rogue ship gutting Titans on the ship you're trying to commandeer? Like,
Right. That would be great. Didn't do it.
Didn't do it. Speaking of stuff that Graham didn't do, I was just reminded of Mataleo, the Sekitoro
Oh yeah.
Dan, who's like, also, by the way, I got a Katachan deed name. Aren't I cool?
And the Cadian's like, Hell yes, you are. That's amazing.
Why didn't you lead with that? Uh,
It's a good point. That never comes up until the very, very, very last time we see the character.
right, and I'm like, oh, there's going to be a moment where this guy fights a space marine, and everyone, Skitarii, Guardsmen, the other space marines are watching. Maybe have that be the moment where you give this guy some honor roll, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
That would have been neat, but didn't happen that way.
No. So, I don't know. Part of me gets it. It's a huge, huge undertaking, what he's trying to do here. I mean, this is akin to doing something in the Horus Heresy, right?
Right.
There's just a lot of stuff you have to draw from, a lot of different characters, a lot of backgrounds and groups and everything. And I think he did a really good job with it for the most part. So,
yeah. I mean, I still like this book. I think I've liked it more this time around than I did the first time. But yeah, I liked it. It's good. Everyone should read it. If you like Warhammer. If you don't like Warhammer, you can find it. You can skip it.
yeah. And if you're reading it because you want really good Space Marine stuff, don't read it.
Don't read it. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's like Sigismund. I want to say this book was written before a lot of what Sigismund is, but like the Black Templars existed. I think they had their own codexes and stuff, and so what Sigismund was, and maybe some of his short stories existed in outline, right? But where we would see Sigismund in the Horus Heresy, the final days, where he was given the Black Sword, was the Emperor's champion, and did what he is known for, which is roaming battlefields and taking the heads of commanders. And that's what the Emperor's Children do. Not the Emperor's Children. The Black Templars and the Emperor's Champion does, is they go and they fight the enemy leader. Like, we're fighting orcs. The Emperor's Champion and his squad go and kill the war boss.
Right.
So,
which is
awesome, right? So in this book, Graham's like, okay, I've got Black Templars because they're Crusaders. That makes sense. I'm going to give them the Emperor's Champion. Generally, there's one at a time, and like they're spread out across the galaxy in like lots of different crusading forces, but the one Emperor's Champion happens to be here, and he's not going to go and kill the leader ever.
Right.
He's
not even going to really talk about doing it.
No. He's not even going to... Maybe you could imply that when in the second book they like took off from the mag tether to be like, no, we're going to get to the Tomioka first. They were going to do that. But it's not really addressed because like Apothecary dies and everyone goes, oh, but we have to feel bad for the Space Marine. Whose motto is no pity, by the way. We're gonna feel bad for those guys. just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, it's hard to ask for it when you don't ever give it.
Yeah,
that's a good point. So is Sigismund dead canonically? Is he gone? Where is he?
He's dead.
How?
I want to tell you, but there's a book on the wheel that might cover that.
Is it within like 100 years of the end of the Horus Heresy, or is he like around for a long time?
He's around for about a millennium, like 1,000 years. Yeah.
Deal. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. So actually, I will say that like canonically, I think it's implied that the only reason he ever dies is because he gets old. Like he's such a badass swordsman that the only thing that could kill him was old age, and it only did it by slowing him down like a tiny little bit.
Right. Right.
Yeah. But anyway, speaking of the wheel, is it time?
The wheel. It's time for the wheel.
The wheel. The Wheel of Fortune. So I did another test spin, and it landed on Soul Hunter, so obviously it won't get that this time.
Okay, right. That's how this works.
Even though it is 25%?
It's a big chunk. I can see it right there. Yeah.
It's a big old chunk. And I have added Farsight Crisis of Faith just to make up for the fact that the Tau book we had last time was not a Tau book.
It was not a Tau book, right?
So
okay, cool.
There is theoretically a Tau book now. All right,
deal.
Ooh, it's Space Marines.
Man, could it be further away from Soul Hunters?
on the literal opposite side, but it's Carcharodons, the red tide.
What the hell is a Carcharodon?
A Carcharodon, oh, that broke. There we go. A Carcharodon is a space shark. These are the space sharks. These are the space marines who are apparently, according to r/Grimdank, excuse me, were founded by Gargura, the VTuber, because she's a shark girl.
Right. That makes sense.
She won't be present in the book, but they're space sharks. I haven't read this book. I'm excited to.
All right. What's it called?
Carcharodons, the red tide.
Right. I have to spell.
Carcharodons. 40k. Should be easy. Here, I can copy and paste that word for you if you want.
Thank you. That helps, actually.
Yeah, there you go. Books. Please tell me there's a sources at the bottom. Red Tide novel.
Red Tide.
By Robbie McNeill.
Recognize that name.
Do you?
I don't.
Oh, I thought you said you do.
Oh, no. Definitely not.
No.
I haven't read any of his books, but...
I definitely haven't. Oh, Please tell me there isn't a short story that's slightly before this. There is a short story slightly before this.
Oh, perfect.
But short stories are optional side quests for the podcast. You don't have to read it.
Okie doke.
Yep. But...
Oh, wait. So 3-book series?
That is what I'm apparently looking at.
Is that what you're planning on doing?
That wasn't. It wasn't, but let's do it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Especially since the third one, Void Exile, apparently came out this year. I'm excited to always read books that came out this year.
Totally.
Although that kind of implies there might not be an audiobook for it. I might have to read words on a page, Falcon.
That's not how this works at all. You listen.
Yeah. What if I
that's funny.
What?
So it's like $9.99, but the third book is $13.99 because it's new.
Yeah.
You jerks. That's funny. Dude, there's Night Lords in this.
Oh, really?
It says, on the prison world of Zartak, darkness has fallen on arbitrators and inmates alike. The Night Lords have come, and with them the shadow of fear and pain. Well, there you go. We get some Night Lords anyway.
Night Lords!
Oh, nice.
Yay!
Yay! It worked out in the end.
Hell yeah.
Yep. I'm sure they'll be portrayed exactly like you want them to. I'm sure they won't be embarrassing at all.
You mean they won't get driven off by the civilian militia? Like,
they won't fight Ultramarines where they kill one Ultramarine for 500 of them that die? Yeah, probably not.
And sure enough, I'm looking at Audible. The third book, not available.
Yeah.
So
maybe by the time we're through, it'll be there.
In 2 weeks, you mean? It'll be out in 2 weeks. Okay. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe 2 weeks is a decent chunk of time. Maybe.
That's fair. Distinct possibility that the book came out so recently. June. Okay. No, June's enough time. If it came out last week, I would have been like, yeah, that makes sense. But no, June. Games Workshop could have bought a thing and hired a voice actor in to do it since June.
Easy. That's months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll be fine.
Well.
Maybe.
All right. Should we wrap up?
Let's wrap up.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks again for hanging out for another edition of the Falcon Paladin Hour. Episode number 300. Yeah, man. 388. Thanks for being here on twitch.tv/Omicron if you're watching it live. Aki offers to read it to you if you do not want to read it yourself, Somicron. So that's a nice offer, I think.
The problem with that, Aki, I appreciate the offer. Don't get me wrong, I really do. But I read books while I'm at work, um, and I think you're busy
Yeah.
while I'm at work. Like I think
Oh.
time scheduling it just doesn't work out. Work out. You like she takes calls on her job. She can't take calls and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna pause your book." You know, I'm not putting up with that. Um,
Aki records it as her own reading, as her
oh,
own audible version, and then sends that to you.
okay. It's 380
Easy.
pages.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm just gonna compare that to the last book we read, which was 320 pages.
Holy
Uh,
smokes. Okay.
so it's a little bit bigger, and the last book was 14 hours long.
Yep.
So, Aki, do you have 16 hours to record a thing?
In 2 weeks.
$42 an hour. That's, let's just double it and say 800 and something. Australian? Yeah, I'll pay that.
There you go. Australian. Perfect. Australian wages.
Yep. Yeah. That's what I've always learnt. Undercut them by 30%. It's great.
Works every time. All right. Sorry for that sidetrack. But again, thanks for watching at twitch.tv/Somicron. You can do that live every Monday night or Tuesday, depending on where you are. Starts usually at 9 Eastern if you're interested. You can also watch the VODs at youtube.com/Somicron. You can subscribe over there as well, which is pretty fun to do. You can support the podcast in other ways by going to patreon.com/Somicron. I'm going to also buy merch at falconpaladin.store. And yeah, be here next week with more Space Marine stories. Night Lords will be involved. I'm looking to seeing how they are portrayed in this book and making fun of Somicron if they are portrayed as weaklings and being roughshod, run over by civilians. So yeah, so thanks again. We'll be back. And until then, stay safe and take care of yourself. Goodbye.
Bye. I'm screwed because the Kakadu runs a loyal